I don't know. It's good.
Well, let's talk about something that has taken a long time. It feels like it was announced a long time ago, but this is the last week. And I know we don't normally talk about everything that's happening in WWE land, but I did want to bring it to your attention that I think this Friday is the last SmackDown on Fox.
Wow.
I think they're going to be moving to USA next Friday. And that's kind of crazy to think that SmackDown is back on cable September 13th, 2024. So that's next Friday's show. This Friday, the Swan Song for WWE on Fox. It was a landmark deal just 5 years ago when it happened. And people could not believe what they were hearing and when the reality of what was happening, like all the money, the $1 billion that Fox had committed. And we had WWE not on cable because they've ruled cable for decades. But one of the major stations, an NBC, a CBS, a Fox. This marks the end of professional wrestling on broadcast television. And now with streaming, there's a big debate. Does that mean as much as it used to? Well, no. And now with the internet being so accessible in so many areas, you don't have to have cable or satellite. You could just do Sling or YouTube TV or a variety of those services. But it is different. You've been around for all of it in the last 40 years. What do you make of pro wrestling coming off of broadcast television this weekend?
Conrad, in 2016, me and Arthur Smith were in Fox Sports Studios, and we met with Eric Shanks and a bunch of other names you wouldn't recognize, but Eric, top dog there, Jacob Ullman was there, and we, as a part of Global Force Pitch, that's when they put us under the holding deal. Obviously, that didn't work out. But when the announcement came in, so that would have been 2018, the announcement made. I think it was way out. But anyway, Jacob called me and left me a very nice voicemail because just internally, it was a monumental deal, obviously for WWE, but also for Fox Sports, that, Super Bowl and MLB and everything that goes with it. It was a big jump for them. Every Friday night, they were, going to own, Thursday night NFL football for 4 or 5 months. They were going to have wrestling on Friday night, college football, college sports on Saturday, NFL on Sunday. So for a big part of the year, certainly the ad buying part of the year, they were going to own it. It was a big deal. On the WWE side, Conrad, the WWE hired this big, high-powered consulting deal, and they came in and understood that there was a clip of me and Billy Gunn, the very first match on SmackDown years and years ago. Wasn't it UPN first? But anyway, so it's bounced around with different homes. But going to Fox and Fox Sports and the Prestige and one of the big four networks, just a monster deal. WWE hired this company, and it went on for months. They interviewed so many people in all different kind of departments because they really knew that from talent to TV to live, every department was going to be not just kind of affected. The company, in a lot of ways, was going to be split. The producers and agents and TV, that, okay, some folks are going to work Monday and some work on Friday. Now, there's going to be some crossover, but we want to get to a spot where not everybody's doing everything, because it's just what a grind, and live events on the Saturday. So, I mean, a much bigger deal, I think, internally with both organizations than externally, because SmackDown had been around for a while, but internally on both companies, it was a monster deal. And calling Cowherd every day, it was pretty surreal, because I've been a Cowherd listener for years, but you'd see the kind of the ticker and the trailer, and to see different things on Fox Sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, to see wrestling advertised. We're talking about bringing it into the mainstream. It was just a big deal, like a really big deal. I'll never forget in Nashville, Titans Jags. I was the 12th man for the Titans, and I had a Smackdown shirt given to me, and I held it up on that game because it was going to be starting. I think that was the very first time on a Fox airtime that Smackdown had been promoted by a wrestler. That's a little back pocket trivia note there, but no, just a big, big deal. And now here we are, and I'm saying fully integrated into the streaming era, because this catapults, and everybody knows that, USA is going to have SmackDown on Friday, but Big Raw, the cable staple, has now migrated to streaming. They're taking that step. So it's big, Conrad. It's really, really, really big. And I think it's the next evolution of where the business is going, because at the end of the day, wrestling is compelling content that rates, and it does well in numbers. And so I'm curious to see how everything fleshes out. But the wrestling business is healthy, and I think this is a sign of it.
Have I told you what I'm helping people with in my real life? Yeah, I'm helping them save money over at savewithconrad.com. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go get yourself a quick quote. Interest rates have improved, and people are realizing, hey, now's a chance to save some cash. And I'm talking to you, if you're still on the fence about buying a house, we can get you out of that apartment, tell your landlord to kiss your grits, and get you into a brand new house. You can do that with 5% down, with 3.5% down. And yes, there are still no money down options available in 2024. SaveWithConrad.com is your first step. We're going to ask you, hey, where are you now and where would you like to be? And we're going to get you on a path to fit those short-term goals, but really meet the long-term goal that we all want. And that's to appreciate the American dream. The American dream isn't to give 29% of your gross monthly income every month until you die to some banker. No, you want to own that thing for real. Your own piece of land for you and your family, your legacy. And we want to help you get one for yourself at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket. And maybe you've already got a house, but it'd be nice if you could pay a little less. We're routinely finding a way to help our podcast listeners combine all of their debt, and I mean all of it. Credit cards, personal loans, even car payments. Get it into one low monthly payment. Not only is it a better interest rate, it's also a greater tax deduction, but maybe most importantly, a much cheaper payment. We're routinely helping our podcast listeners save $500, $600, $700, even $800 a month. But how much can you save? Find out right now at savewithconrad.com.
You guys, the housing market's really good right now, too, for you folks out there that are thinking of making a change in your overhead or your living conditions. Now's not a bad time to make that move. Nowhere better to do it than savewithconrad.com. He's going to save you money. He's going to be honest. And it's like dealing with a friend, an educated friend. And boy, there's a lot of uneducated and unfriendly people in that world. Conrad Thompson is not one of them.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Jim. Check out our reviews online. You're going to see we've got more than 1,000 5-star reviews. Customer service is what it's all about. We want to be your mortgage advisor for life. So there's no application fee. There's no credit report fee. We just want to talk, man. Hey, tell us where you are and tell us where you want to be, and we'll try to help you get a plan to get there. We want to be your advocate, your humble advocate at savewithconrad.com.
Attaboy, Connie. Look at those cheeks, ladies. Look at those cheeks, ladies and gentlemen. My God.
How could you say no to that, right?
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.